Hi, I'm John Ulrich. Been a client of Alpines and Anderson's for about 5 years now, 4 or 5 years. My wife has been to the summit twice with me. I've been here 7 times. This is my wife, Jeannie. My daughter, Natalie, she's 20 years old, goes to Florida Gulf Coast and Fort Myers, and this is her first summit.
I just think it's good for our kids to get that education, that financial background, and to expand their horizons. It sure expanded mine when I came for the first time. So even as an adult at age 40, I think I was, maybe 45. I'm getting
Yep.
old. But I mean, we want them to start earlier than we did.
I'm hoping that she realizes that there's things out there, just think differently than what everybody else does. Because if the masses seem to be doing it, you can look at the data and it shows that that is not working to sustain yourself with credit card debt going up and all the debt that's a piling on people. You have to be able to think differently. And what are the wealthy doing? That's what I'm trying to get them to think about. What are they doing?
I feel like yesterday before I got here, I was just excited because I've been introduced just a little bit to this kind of stuff, just talking with my dad and stuff, but never the real estate side. And I was already kind of interested in real estate. And then after today, I just want to get started. Like, oh gosh, doesn't even compare. I feel like in college, you get the whole, I feel like honestly, college is like you get the social aspect of your life going, and then you get your 9 to 5 job at the end, which I don't think any of my friends are even remotely excited for. So I feel like we're all kind of looking for something else to help us get going because I think everybody kind of knows one stream of income isn't going to cut it for most people. So this is definitely cool, and I'm excited to share with my friends too. I wouldn't say that it's necessarily come up, but I think we've all kind of been in the boat where, well, like, we all, when we get our tuition bill, we all look at each other and we're like, okay, like, this is a little ridiculous. And then we'll go work our, like, minimum wage job and try to figure out how that's going to all work out. So it's not necessarily talked about, but I feel like we definitely joke about it a lot because it's funny. I mean, it's just the odds are against us. So yeah, I feel like a lot of us, when we talk about it, we'll be like, oh, we graduate next year. And, like, some of us are like, I have no idea what I want to do. And then we all talk about, like, okay, well, once we do get a job, then, like, what's after that? Like, nobody, we're not really sure, and there's a lot of uncertainty, especially being where we are. And my college is pretty expensive, and a lot of my friends are out of state, so we all definitely get the end of that stick, and it definitely sucks. But yeah, we do talk about it quite a bit. Really noticed that even with my peers too, we talk a lot about, like, oh, somebody has this job or somebody has that job, and it's definitely noticeable in certain times where I've been struggling with money, and I can give my dad a call and say, like, I was able to pay for this because you did that, or, like, you gave me this opportunity to find money, and, like, none of my friends know about any of that. So I've called him multiple times and been like, thank you. I didn't like doing it at the time, but now I'm, like, really appreciative of it because you notice a lot when you're in college about, like, how people grew up and how they picture money, and there's a clear difference that you can see in the people that know about the other ways to make money and the people that don't. So
It's a hard situation. I mean, I'm one that definitely speaks my mind. They will tell you that. But it's hard when you can see the frustration in them because they're both A students. I was a C plus student, like, and it's hard, like A students, just their brains are wired different than C students. So when I come in with these ideas, it's hard for them to grasp that, and it's also not mainstream thinking. And so it's not popular and it seems crazy. But man, when you just put pencil to paper and watch the numbers go, I mean, in my own personal experience, being a client here, our net worth has doubled in the last 5 years. And that's strange when you start that at 45 to 50 and you make that happen. It's just mind blowing that it can happen that fast. So that's, I guess, my story is like, it's just insane.
prepped them. I'm not super worried about it. That's really great. I'm not. But you're the money guy, and
I do worry about it because
yeah.
because I see how high these debts are creeping, and my son just graduated college and he paid off the student loans the day after he got his diploma. And he thanked me because of the things that we've implemented and done and stuff like that. But now he's going for his master's, and he's getting married, and I can see the anxiety creeping up in him, and that's why he's like tuning in to this stuff, like how do these options work, and the little things like that. And when he calls me when they sell and he's like, it worked again, and I'm like, it's just great to see that. So yeah, both of them have thanked me multiple times.
Well, they're in a much better place than we were at their age,
Yes.
despite where,
But despite how bad
despite
the
the things that
situation
are,
is,
yeah, yeah.
that the preparations that we have made in the last 5 years for them and talking to them have helped them get a better start.